Welcome back. It's SNS Final here, along with the Future of Gamers Network, and we're back with another video for Elden Ring. Now, in the last video, it was a boss guide, and I was showing you guys some cool strategies against the Red Fox of Radagon. In this video, we have a new magical boss, which is interesting as well. It's Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. The good thing about her is that she drops some magical things that we could use later. I think a weapon, and well, you'll see. But without further ado, let's get directly into it. Okay. So in this area and to the courtyard, there's a tanky knight here. You can kind of just bait him around and hurry up and sneak on the elevator. But you have to be quick about it so he doesn't get on the elevator too, because he can potentially kill you. If you have a shield on you, you can block and just keep him off of you until the elevator goes up. Once you reach the top of the elevator, of course you're going to be at the boss room. Get ready for this fight. Now you do have an option to summon a friend into your game and they can help you with this fight. But right now I'm solo, so I'm just going to save that for another time. But what I will use is my spirit ashes in order to summon my lone wolves. But we're going to wait to do that a little later. We're not going to do that right away. We're going to save that for phase 2. So the first phase of the fight is going to take place in this library. Rennala is going to be in the air, suspended, but she's protected by this shell of orange energy. In order to break it, you're going to have to start doing damage to it. But before you can do damage to that, you have to do damage to the little children that's singing around the area. Now you will notice these children right away. The obvious ones that's throwing purple books at you is the ones that you want to take out. And you'll also see when they're singing, it will be like an orange glow around their face. After hitting 3 of these children, she will come crashing down, and then you can get some free damage on her. So that's pretty much the cycle for phase 1. You just want to rinse and repeat this until phase 2. Now when she returns to her shell, she will let off an explosion, as soon as she levitates from the ground. So beware of that. You don't want to get caught in that. You just want to back out. Yeah, when you see Rennala starts to glow, make sure you back up. If you take too much time to hit all 3 children, Rennala will use them as a weapon and actually damage you with them. And the damage would be substantial. So you want to be careful with that. Another tip I would have, you can listen out carefully for one of the kids that's singing. If you can't find them, sometimes they might be in the back behind the bookcases or hidden somewhere. Other things to note: chandeliers will be falling, there will be fire on the ground. Rennala can do a couple of these different things, and some of the kids can help the other kids while you're trying to take them out. So beware of anything that might damage you. One thing I might add, even though I'm a magic user, I do use the sword from time to time, and this is one of those fights where that can come in handy. You can actually poke them with your staff as well if you want, but I find it easier just to hit them with the sword and then have my staff in my offhand casting spells. But for this fight, or this part of the fight, you just want to poke them with the sword. Don't use any magic, save all your magic for phase 2. And this part, I'm getting destroyed. It was a lot of books flying my way. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Yeah, as you can see, she's really weak to physical damage, and this is going to play a vital role in the second phase as well. So keep that in mind. And here's a cutscene for second phase. Now, and if you have time, try to summon your spirit wolves right before this cutscene, because that way they'll all just spawn into the next phase. Okay, so now we're going to see why they call her Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. And this new dimension that she transports you to, she can use a lot of magic. She get a lot of magical power from this dimension. So you have to be really, really careful. Sometimes you might have to stay away. But it is good to stagger her up close with the melee weapon as well. You just gotta use your judgment. The wolves will definitely keep her busy. Make sure you summon them immediately if you haven't already. But beware, she has a lot of different spells. Some of them track you. And if you notice, they're actually spells that you can get in this game that she's using. That's the funny thing about it. A cool Easter egg that I noticed is that a lot of her spells are actual spells from the game that you can obtain later on. She has something like Azura's Comet. I might see Shattering Crystal, and then her own spell itself, Rennala's Full Moon, is in this fight as well. If you happen to be using any bleed weapons, apparently she is really weak to bleed damage. Another thing I would say is try not to roll too much. You can kind of outrun a lot of these attacks. You can kind of close in on her quickly, which is good. Okay, so yeah, and then if you get her weak enough, she will start summoning spirits on her own. Just avoid those at all costs. Play off of them, and they eventually go away. Don't forget to use your Rock Sling spell. Don't forget everything that I taught you, and you should be fine. So if this video was any way or shape or form helpful, guys, please like and subscribe. This is S&S Final here, of course, and you guys have been really supportive, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.